Hey guys, Joe here, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about a celebrity that you probably haven't thought about in a while, and if you see the picture in the background, you probably already know the celebrity in question is Waka Flocka Flame. If you don't know who Waka Flocka Flame is, he's a rapper that blew up in, I want to say 2009 with such popular songs as No Hands and Hard in the Paint. Personally, I think that Waka is a decent rapper. Not to mention, I just think he's a really funny dude. Back in 2015, he made a video with Rolling Stone where he just sat there rolling a blunt and announced his candidacy for President of the United States, which apparently his first policy would be to legalize marijuana federally. Unfortunately for many sad Americans, he couldn't actually run because he was too young, but overall, the videos he made around that time were really funny. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, what could Waka Flocka have done that warrants discussion? To answer that, I noticed something that I find particularly strange about the way that he chooses to use his Facebook account. You see, I assume being famous is probably pretty cool. I mean, the whole not having privacy thing, that sounds pretty shitty, but with fame comes great financial opportunities. Suddenly having rich people money after living modestly, I would imagine would lead to a change in lifestyle. So when celebrities, for whatever reason, fade from public relevance, I'm sure their eyes go to making money in whatever way they can find, which leads directly into our person of interest, Waka Flocka Flame. Now, I follow Waka because I made the unfortunate decision of making my Facebook account when I was in middle school. Back in 2010, the culture and use of Facebook was a lot different. Liking pages now is just like essentially following people and brands and things you're interested in. Back then, however, I took liking as something more akin to, hey, I have heard of this thing and or person, and I'm going to like the page to show other people that I know what this is. I mean, honestly, a few years ago, I discovered that I had liked the Crayola Facebook page, and Crayola is not exactly a brand that I care to engage with in my day-to-day life. Like, I don't need to be notified when they develop a new shade of colorful wax. Waka, being super relevant back then, is kind of a similar situation. Now, Waka is still very active on his Facebook page, and I mean active in the very bare-bones way that means he posts on it. Does he mainly post about his musical career or other endeavors? You know, you'd think so, right? You see, what I've discovered is that his Facebook page has sort of devolved into just a glorified version of iFunny, if iFunny was strictly used to promote hookup websites. Various safe and trustworthy sites, such as Uberhose and Meet to Party. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by a glorified version of iFunny. So here's just a few memes that he's posted on his Facebook page in the last, 11 days. When your crush DMs you on Uberhose.com, heavy breathing turns me on. I got asthma. When the girl from Uberhose.com tells you to go fist deep. The Tibetan sand fox carries the same resting expression as a wife just caught her husband on Uberhose.com. Now, after being presented with this information, you might be thinking to yourself, man, nothing but Uberhose ads might get kind of annoying. Well, don't you worry your pretty little head, because Mr. Flame has you covered. For every few ad memes he posts, he likes to sprinkle in a couple just normal random memes that he finds online. For example, excuse me, the birds want to ask when you might be refilling the feeder. Did anyone else's mom make you think it was illegal to turn this light on while driving? The perfect movie doesn't exist. And then it's just a description of the Velocipaster. Now, with all these postings of memes, something about his Facebook usage that really makes me laugh is he reposts things he's already posted constantly. In this case, you have the squirrel meme I just showed you that was just a regular, plain Jane, good clean comedy, but now it's been tweaked or retooled or rebranded as yet another ad, and now it reads, excuse me, do I have the right address? I spoke to you on Uberhose.com. But if I had to choose the meme behavior that I love most of all, it's that sometimes he posts regular memes, but he just casually slips in an ad in the background. The picture has nothing to do with it, but it's there. For example, here's the SpongeBob meme when Bae walks in during your Zoom class. Wonderful weather we're having. Yes, folks, you heard it here first. SpongeBob SquarePants does indeed use uberhose.com. You can tell because the picture I just showed you was irrefutably candid. In addition to posting memes, he does, however, occasionally still live stream on his page. It's usually just him chilling and talking to chat for like 5 minutes at a time. Sometimes he's in the studio. Sometimes he's on a boat. It did make me laugh because I noticed that on one of the live streams, the very first comment he received was, "On behalf of all your friends, can you take it easy on the fish for nudes memes? So overplayed." So that just goes to show that he's been doing this for different websites for quite a while. Even more importantly, I'm not the only one that's noticed this, and that truly helps my sanity. The last thing I want to point out is that if you go far back enough on his page, there are no memes to be seen. I had to scroll back to mid-August to find the comment on that live stream I just showed you, which means that after some period of time, assumably, he just deletes them. Before the beginning of August, his page is just seemingly normal. There's a weird post here and there, but it's mostly just live streams of him advertising projects that he had going on at the time. What's crazy to me is that this is just so easy to pull off, you know? It's as simple as finding pre-existing memes and then just throwing your own spin onto it. To prove it, let's say, hypothetically, I was approached by, I don't know, a little-known website such as WebMD. Now, WebMD has approached your boy looking for prime advertisement material. For this example, I literally spent all of 5 minutes scrolling through iFunny and maybe another 5 minutes on MS Paint, and this is what I came up with. Name something men do that women hate. Finding out they have chlamydia on WebMD.com. You look sad today. Actually, I'm sad every day. I just don't have the energy to hide it today. What's going on? Manny self-diagnosed on WebMD.com. There is a jellyfish whose sting will leave you with an impending sense of doom and suicidal thoughts lasting up to 2 weeks. I looked up these exact symptoms on WebMD. Now, for the record, I am A-okay with people advertising and making money on the internet. If a respectable company approached me and wanted to strike a deal I was okay with, I'd be shouting out ShamWows and Raid Shadow Legends until I was blue in the face. It feels so strange to me that a person that so many people in my age group used to idolize now just primarily uses his Facebook to share shitty memes. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just weird. Growing up, there was always this stigma that when celebrities became desperate, they would go on Dancing with the Stars, but I guess with the new digital age, things have evolved, and they're just going to be advertising for uberhose.com from now on. Hell, to be honest, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just assuming he makes money off these posts, but I have no concrete evidence. Honestly, maybe he's just a fan of these sites, and he's spreading the good word through the power of comedy. Now, before I end this video, I want to show you guys a couple of pictures that I had the utmost joy of throwing together. You see, I love puns. I love puns. I love puns so much, I've made my friends hate them. I personally saw great potential with Mr. Flame's name, and I took my due diligence to bring them to life for you. Now let me introduce to you my first piece, which I'm calling Waka Flocka Flame On. Yes, I made him the Human Torch. It worked well. Catchphrases sometimes coexist and coincide with famous people's funny names. Secondly, and my personal favorite of the two, is a little piece that I like to call Waka Flock of Flames. This picture is one of the things that I'm proudest of this month. My wife gave it the seal of approval in the form of a snicker and then a half-hearted groan. If you'd like to get a closer look at these, I'm going to go ahead and do a shameless plug and advertise the Instagram account where I post all of my Photoshop shenanigans. It's on Instagram, it's called Joe's Recycle Bin, and there are all of these backgrounds I make and other things that I've made throughout the years. If these weird little ditties are something you're interested in, I highly recommend you go check it out and maybe give it a follow. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and share it with your friends. Making it so other people can actually see my content is a true blessing, and if you do that, I thank you so much. If you really enjoyed and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and hit the notification bell while you're at it, and that will notify you every single time I post on this channel. Somewhere on the screen is a link to my last video, which did remarkably well. Thank you to those who watched it. And beneath that will be a random video of YouTube's choosing. I'm always pleasantly surprised to see what old videos of mine they recommend, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.